Second Chance Finance is the name of my tool. And I'll go into the actual web app, but I kind of want to go through this presentation real quick. That's okay?
Yeah, you can just be quick on the presentation. I would love to see the demonstration.
Okay, thank you. So here it is. This is the main area where you can see a welcome page, and then there's also a sign in and sign up, where after you sign in, it also brings you to your dashboard. Here's the timeline where it gives you your month by month, step by step. And here's the chat bot where there's an example of a response. And then also here's the resources tab where it gives you specific banking and checking accounts. And that's it. And I'll go into the demonstration. So here's the actual website right here, or the web app, where it gives you kind of who we help, our resources, and kind of a start your journey as well as the dashboard. So this is an account that I've already made. So here in the dashboard, it'll give you a small questionnaire. So let's say if I click start over, it'll ask you a couple of questions, such as, like, do you currently have a bank account? Let me fill this out real quick. So do you know your current credit score? If you say no, generate your timeline. And then it'll create a step-by-step one as well as tips. And then it is also a checklist. So you can click on it and it'll say completed. And you can kind of go through this and track your progress. It also does save. So let's say you go to ask questions, go back to your dashboard, and it saves all your progress. And then go into the chatbot, you can ask it predetermined questions such as like how to dispute credit report errors. And it can also answer general questions like, hi, what is your name? And it's conveniently named BetterMinds. And then you can also name it, you can also ask it like, how can I start a loan, for example, and then it'll give you these questions. So the chatbot is specifically made for middle school level vocabulary for people who have low financial literacy or just low literacy in general, so that they can understand what the responses are about. And then this can keep going. And then the resources tab, where it shows you examples of credit cards or loans, and kind of how if they're recommended for people who are trying to start up a new account or trying to rebuild their credit scores. And it tells you requirements and why it's recommended. And then let's go to the bottom where it says things that are not recommended for rebuilding your credit score, where it says it gives you a warning on why it's not good, as it has, for example, the green dot prepaid card. It has high monthly fees, and then also tells you what the fees are, and then what it is, pretty much. And then it tells you about these resources, and then we have the about section, which is obviously all that. So that's it.